In this video, I will share with you how you can lose fat simply by taking cold showers or exposing yourself to colder temperatures. But it is not a fat loss method that you can rely on solely to lose a ton of weight. Cold exposure therapy has been recently popularized by Wim Hof using his Wim Hof method, which is a method of achieving greater happiness, health, and self-improvement using cold therapy and breathing techniques. Wim Hof can withstand freezing temperatures, climbing Mount Everest with only shoes and shorts. It's quite amazing. Before we get into the scientific research of cold therapy, let's look back at how humans evolved. If you look back at our ancestors, they have evolved to live in extremely harsh conditions, from hot grasslands to cold tundras. What this means is our human bodies have developed mechanisms to adapt to extremes of hot and cold. When exposed to cold temperatures, our body responds with a variety of adaptive changes, a process called hormesis, boosting metabolism and providing many other health benefits. In one study, 8 men were immersed up to their necks in cold water of various temperatures. 32 degrees Celsius, 20 degrees Celsius, and 14 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. Under the cold conditions, the young man's resting metabolism increased by 93% in the 20 degree or 60 degree Fahrenheit water and 350% in the 14 degree Celsius water. Under warm conditions though, no metabolic changes were observed. So how does our body boost metabolism in response to cold? If you stay in the cold long enough, eventually your body will automatically start to shiver in order to generate heat, boosting your metabolism, a process called shivering thermogenesis. Another method your body uses to combat the cold is non-shivering thermogenesis, which is the key adaptive mechanism that we are interested in for fat loss. In this process, a metabolically active type of fat in our body called brown fat gets activated and generates heat. Thus, the more brown fat you have, the more likely you will withstand colder temperatures, and the more leaner you will likely be. In one study, it was found that overweight and obese men had lower brown fat adipose tissue activity. Brown fats contain large amounts of special mitochondria that house a protein called uncoupling protein 1, UCP1, which combusts fatty acids into energy in the form of heat. Newborns and many animals naturally have a lot of brown fat, but as we grow up, the brown fat transforms into white adipose tissue or white fat, leaving a very small amount, usually around the neck or the shoulder area. The awesome news is that it is possible to convert our regular white fat into brown fat by simply exposing your body to cold temperatures more often. Let's look at the scientific studies that shows an increase in brown fat and thermogenesis through cold temperature exposures. In one 2013 study, 8 men and 9 women were exposed to cold temperatures of 15 to 16 degrees for 6 hours a day for 10 days. What they found was both men and women increased resting energy expenditure of an average of 12% and 11% respectively. These men and women also showed significant increases in non-shivering thermogenesis after the 10-day cold exposure period, from 11% to 18% of their total daily expenditure, meaning that their bodies become more efficient in converting fatty acids to heat energy in response to cold after that 10-day exposure. The most interesting finding from this study was that the amount of brown fat tissue was observed in the 17 subjects to increase by 37%. In a May 2018 study by Acosta et al., 11 young lean men wore cooling vests with a starting temperature of 16.6 degrees Celsius. The temperature dropped by 1.4 degrees every 10 minutes until participants shivered. And what they found was that the resting energy expenditure increased by 31.7% when they reached the shivering state, and an increase in fat oxidation by 72.6%, whereas carbohydrate oxidation remained unchanged. What this means is that when brown fat is activated, the additional energy expended are mainly fatty acids, which is what we want to burn. Many other studies show similar results in terms of brown fat and energy expenditure increase. So you might ask, how do we apply this to our daily routine to maximize fat loss? Ideally, we would expose our bodies to the coldest temperature possible for the longest length of time that we can withstand somewhat comfortably to maximize thermogenesis. Some techniques I used that anyone can easily apply in their daily routines are: take cold showers for 5 to 10 minutes, the colder the better. At first, it'll be uncomfortable, but you can slowly start to adapt by decreasing the water temperature slightly every time you shower until you reach the coldest temperature. The second thing is lower your temperature in your home to 15 to 16 degrees Celsius, or to a low enough temperature that you are comfortable with. The third one is thin layers of clothing and avoid wearing jackets unless you absolutely need it. Fourth is drink cold water. Two other things that I thought that would also help are going swimming in a cold pool, taking ice cold baths. I must warn you though, that there is a chance that you might unconsciously eat more because of this metabolism boost, as shown in one rat study. Exposing mice to 4 degrees Celsius air for 1 to 8 hours 3 times per week increased their metabolism and improved their blood sugar response. However, the mice ate so much to compensate for their higher energy expenditure that they didn't lose any weight. So even if you apply this cold therapy method, you won't lose fat if you eat more to compensate for the extra energy expended. In addition to increased thermogenesis and increased brown fat, other health scientifically proven benefits of cold exposure include fighting inflammation, increased lifespan, strengthening the nervous system, injury healing and increased recovery speed, blood sugar level regulation, improvements in sleep quality, strengthening of the immune system. So the takeaway is that cold temperature exposure increases non-shivering thermogenesis and increases the conversion of white fat to brown fat, which in turn leads to greater efficiency in fat oxidation to produce heat energy. It also promotes many other health benefits. And to sum up, to take advantage of this cold therapy for fat loss, take cold showers, lower your household temperature, wear less clothing, drink cold water, go swimming in a cold pool, take ice cold baths. And that's the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, as well as turn on notifications for my channel. I would really appreciate it. Let me know how this method is working out for you by leaving your comments below. Again, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video.